Kanal İstanbul'u kazandırıyoruz.
Istanbul is a lively and diverse city straddling Europe and Asia. As the heart of Turkey, it serves as an economic, cultural, and historical hub. Throughout history, it has been the capital of formidable empires such as the Romans, Byzantines, and Ottomans, owing to its strategic location along the renowned Bosphorus Strait. This strait, a narrow waterway dividing Europe and Asia, links the Black Sea with the Aegean and Mediterranean Seas, making it of utmost importance. However, Turkey is now seeking further strategic advantage and is planning to construct another link. Turkey's leader recently announced the commencement of work on a colossal canal project which could completely bypass the Bosphorus Strait. So why is Turkey constructing another canal, and why is Turkey eager to spend a staggering $25 billion on this project? Today let's delve into Turkey's controversial plan to build a new canal. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel. Canal Istanbul is an ambitious undertaking by Turkey, involving the construction of an artificial sea-level waterway in East Thrace. This canal aims to link the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara, subsequently connecting to the Aegean and Mediterranean Seas. Its construction will effectively divide the European side of Istanbul, forming an island nestled between Asia and Europe. Stretching over 28 miles with a depth of 68 feet, the canal will span 1,181 feet in width on the surface and 900 feet at the bottom. The waterway will feature 6 bridges connecting it to the European side of Istanbul. With these specifications, the canal will form a parallel waterway to the Bosphorus Strait. The new canal aims to minimize shipping traffic in the Bosphorus Strait, where traffic congestion leaves ships queuing for days to transit the strait. The project also includes the construction of several ports, logistics centers, and artificial islands to be integrated with the canal, as well as new earthquake-resistant residential areas along the channel. The artificial islands are to be built using soil dug for the canal. The value of the Istanbul Canal project may reach $25 billion, including $10 billion for developing areas on both sides of the canal and $15 billion for building the canal itself. The canal is expected to be completed by 2027. Despite the high cost of the project, it is anticipated that the canal will bring in profits of up to $8 billion annually. Critics have labeled this project as the largest rent-seeking endeavor in Turkey's history and a potential environmental catastrophe. But President Erdogan has dismissed these concerns, asserting that the canal is the most eco-friendly project in the world. The concept of constructing the Istanbul Canal has traversed centuries, originating as far back as the 1500s when it was initially suggested by the Ottoman Sultan Suleiman. Despite its inception, the proposal failed to gain traction, with subsequent attempts by various other sultans over the next 300 years meeting similar fates. Even in more recent times, from the 1980s to the 1990s, Turkish politicians revisited the idea, yet due to insufficient shipping traffic, the project was consistently dismissed. However, in a significant turn of events, in March 2021, the Turkish government finally gave the green light to develop the canal, marking the much-anticipated commencement of construction. But the question everybody keeps asking is, why does Istanbul need another canal, when it already has one? As the economic hub of Turkey, Istanbul holds sway over one of the world's most crucial water passages, the Bosphorus Strait. In 2023, a staggering 40,000 ships traversed the strait, dwarfing the traffic seen in other key passages like the Panama and Suez Canals. But Turkey's influence extends beyond this renowned canal to encompass control over another, the Dardanelles Strait. These Turkish straits serve as the only entry and exit points for ships navigating to and from the Black Sea, making them strategic trade routes. They facilitate access to the Mediterranean Sea for nations such as Georgia, Ukraine, Russia, Romania, Bulgaria, and other landlocked countries in Central Europe and Central Asia, enabling both commercial and military vessels to traverse freely. the Bosphorus and Dardanelles Straits serve as critical arteries for global food security. These waterways are pivotal for nations such as Kazakhstan, Russia, and Ukraine, which collectively export 1/5 of the world's wheat and 1/6 of its maize, with much of this trade passing through Turkey. Consequently, Istanbul emerges as one of the world's most strategically important cities, given its control over these critical waterways. Presently, the Turkish trade routes via the Bosphorus and Dardanelles rank among the busiest maritime corridors globally, underscoring their economic significance and geopolitical relevance. Despite Turkey's control over these vital straits, the country derives minimal benefits from this ownership and faces constraints on its use. For instance, following World War I, the Montreux Convention of 1936 imposed significant restrictions on Turkey's control and autonomy over the Bosphorus, prohibiting the country from imposing tolls or fees and ensuring the unrestricted passage of commercial civilian vessels during both war and peace. Thus, despite controlling the canals, Turkey's autonomy over its use is circumscribed by international agreements. Some analysts have speculated that the main reason for constructing the Istanbul Canal is to bypass the Montreux Convention. With that move, Turkey can provide the US and NATO with a route to bring aircraft carriers and submarines into the Black Sea, thereby circumventing the restrictions imposed by the Montreux Convention. While the convention does not impose restrictions on artificial canals, its limitations on the Bosphorus and Dardanelles remain in place. Thus, even if Turkey's intentions were militarily driven, access to the Black Sea would still be restricted. Consequently, it's reasonable to argue that Turkey's primary focus lies on the financial benefits of the canal project. The proposed canal will be integrated with a new $10 billion airport complex, featuring the world's largest indoor terminal. With a capacity to handle 200 million passengers annually and serving as a major air cargo hub, Turkey aims to attract traffic away from existing European airports, thereby generating substantial revenue. This emphasis on economic gains suggests that Turkey's objectives are primarily commercially motivated, rather than militarily driven. As with any megaproject, the Istanbul Canal project has stirred discontent both domestically and internationally, with concerns ranging from economic motivations to military implications and environmental impacts. Internationally, China harbors its own ambitions for canal construction, potentially competing with Turkey's project, particularly if the fees charged by Turkey prove exorbitant. Moreover, Russia, content with the current state of affairs in the Black Sea, views the canal as a threat to its dominant position in the region. Should the canal materialize, it could strain relations between Turkey and Russia, undermining Russia's strategic interests, particularly in Ukraine. Environmental concerns add another layer of complexity to the project. Despite President Erdogan's assertion of its eco-friendliness, critics argue otherwise. The proposed changes in water flow between the Sea of Marmara and the Black Sea could disrupt ecosystems and lead to salinity imbalances. Moreover, the construction process itself threatens to damage forests, farmland, and recreational areas, potentially contaminating groundwater and exacerbating flooding risks. Despite these criticisms and challenges, proponents of the project remain undeterred, armed with justifications and responses to address various concerns. On the contrary, one primary rationale for constructing the canal is to alleviate the burden on the Bosphorus, particularly concerning the passage of oil tankers, thereby reducing the risks and hazards associated with maritime traffic. The Bosphorus, among the busiest straits globally, poses significant challenges due to its narrow width and the need for large ships to navigate sharp turns at high speeds, leading to numerous maritime incidents over the years. The proposed canal offers a solution by providing a relatively straight path, capable of accommodating 160 to 180 ships daily, including tankers with substantial carrying capacities. This streamlined approach aims to enhance safety and efficiency, mitigating the risks associated with navigating the treacherous Bosphorus. The government's argument for the Istanbul Canal emphasizes its role in diverting dangerous ships carrying oil, gas, chemicals, arms, and other hazardous materials away from the congested Bosphorus, thereby enhancing safety and security. While the Bosphorus remains subject to the constraints of the Montreux Convention, the new canal offers Turkey greater control over safety inspections and standards, enabling it to impose restrictions on passage. While the new canal may impose higher fees for passage, the potential time and cost savings for ships opting for the faster and safer route could outweigh the financial burden. Even a few hours saved in transit time can translate into significant economic benefits in the long run, making the canal a compelling option for maritime traffic. In essence, the Istanbul Canal's value proposition lies in its ability to offer a safer and more efficient alternative to the congested Bosphorus. The prospect of long-term economic gains may ultimately outweigh the short-term costs, making the canal an attractive option for global maritime trade. Overall, the Istanbul Canal project presents a multifaceted challenge, involving not only political and military considerations but also environmental and economic factors. Its implications extend beyond Turkey's borders, sparking international interest and potential tensions. What are your thoughts on the construction of this new canal? Leave a reply in the comments section. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.